In the United States, every crime carries a consequence. Some cost thousands of dollars. Others cost decades of freedom. From violent felonies to federal white-collar crimes, here are 10 serious crimes and the real penalties behind them. This is crime penalty. 1. First-degree murder. First-degree murder involves intentional, premeditated killing. Penalties can include life in prison without parole, or the death penalty in certain states. States like Texas still allow capital punishment under specific circumstances. When intent is proven, the sentence is often permanent. 2. Armed robbery. Using a weapon during a robbery immediately elevates the charge. Typical penalties: 5 to 25 years in prison, mandatory minimum sentencing, additional firearm enhancements. If someone is injured, the sentence increases significantly. Seconds of violence, decades of consequence. 3. Aggravated assault. Aggravated assault involves serious bodily injury or use of a weapon. Penalties often include 2 to 20 years in prison, heavy fines, loss of firearm rights. Prior convictions can dramatically increase the sentence. 4. Burglary, residential. Breaking into a home with intent to commit a crime is a felony in all 50 states. Penalties: 3 to 20 years in prison, enhanced sentencing if the home was occupied. In states like California, repeat offenders may face harsher punishment under 3 strikes laws. 5. Drug trafficking, federal. Federal drug trafficking penalties depend on the type and quantity of drugs. Large-scale trafficking can result in 10 years to life in federal prison, multi-million-dollar fines, asset forfeiture. Federal inmates must serve at least 85% of their sentence. 6. DUI causing death. Driving under the influence becomes far more serious when it results in a fatality. Penalties may include 5 to 25 years in prison, permanent license revocation, civil lawsuits from victims' families. One reckless decision can change multiple lives forever. 7. Kidnapping. Kidnapping involves unlawfully taking or holding a person against their will. Federal kidnapping charges can carry 20 years to life in prison. If the victim dies, life imprisonment. Crossing state lines often makes it a federal case. 8. Sexual assault. Sexual assault penalties vary by severity and state law. Convictions may result in 5 years to life in prison, mandatory sex offender registration, strict residency, and employment restrictions. Registration requirements can last decades or a lifetime. 9. Wire fraud. Wire fraud involves using electronic communication to deceive others for financial gain. Under federal law, up to 20 years per count, up to 30 years if affecting financial institutions, fines up to $1 million. White-collar crime may not look violent, but the penalties are severe. Carjacking. Carjacking involves taking a vehicle by force or threat. Federal penalties include up to 15 years in prison. If serious injury occurs, up to 25 years. If death results, life imprisonment. When a firearm is involved, additional charges apply. Crime may happen in moments, but the penalty can last a lifetime. In the United States, sentencing depends on intent, prior record, state or federal jurisdiction, and the severity of harm. On this channel, we break down the crimes and the consequences that follow. This is Crime Penalty. Subscribe for more real cases and real sentencing breakdowns.